There's good news and there's bad news. The good news is my brother pulled through. He's alive, he's awake, he's speaking. Although in a wheelchair, he's here. We didn't think he'd make it, but after the terrible accident, he's right here in front of our eyes and he's alive. The bad news is news that hits deep. The news that the doctors gave us that he may never be able to play football again in his life. At such a young age, with so much promise, so much potential, it's all ripped away. One silly mistake from my brother is going to cost him his entire career. Although he still has his life, his dreams of professional football look to be all but over. This is it. 2 episodes remain and 2 trophies to chase after. Unfortunately, our FA Cup dreams with Leeds United were cut short this year. So we're left to focus on the Champions League, which is the ultimate goal, in the Premier League as well. We move to the semi-finals. Dortmund Leeds United. On the other side, it is Barcelona and Arsenal. If we win this game against Dortmund, this series, this 2-legged series, we'll be facing one of my former clubs in the finals. This could be it. This is for it all. Dortmund, the team that was in our group, here we go. I can't wait, man. I'm hoping, I'm praying that we get Barcelona in the final. Or am I getting too far ahead of myself? We're facing Dortmund. We got to win this one first. It's not going to be a walk in the park. They were a very tough team in the group stage, a team that we struggled against heavily. So our odds of winning these games, well, let's just say, from what we played in the group stage, they're not the greatest. But this right here is going to be a phenomenal start. Bang it in. Ruiz, 1-0. You guys know, 2 episodes left. I got to go big. I can't go out and I can't end my career losing in the semifinals. What type of player would I be doing that? No, we can't have that happen. It's Champions League or bust. If we don't win this series against Dortmund, I don't know. I might just have to stick around, play another career, play another season. Probably not, but definitely not. But you know what? We're going to think that way, boys. This is it. We're leaving it all out on the pitch right now. Nothing left behind. 38 minutes in. Look at Ruiz. The skill finds Davies. And that is a second goal. With the head, Ruiz puts it in. What an assist. The former Bundesliga man, Alphonso Davies. Speaking of former players, Jadon Sancho facing his former club. And oh boy, is this a great start. First half, I mean, could you ask for anything better in a game of this magnitude on the road at one of the toughest places to play in the world of football? It is a 2-0 lead. Ruiz had a dream second half. 4 shots, 3 on target. 2 of them were put into the back of the net. You saw that graph right there. 2 goals that I had were literally scored in practically the exact same spot. Into the second half we go. It's time to extend this lead. This is just leg 1. We'd like to get as many away goals as physically possible. Oh my God. Ruiz, I thought that was 100% in. What a freaking shot from the Portuguese man. Here we go. Dortmund down the wing. And it's Haaland. If there's anyone that's going to stop us in this semifinal, it's this man right here. The Norwegian, Haaland. What a player. I mean, just what a player. This dude is 90 rated 100%. One of the best Bundesliga strikers in the world right now. And you can imagine he doesn't want to lose either. What a pass, what a header, what a goal. Is 3-1. And just like that, it is a chance for Dortmund to crawl back into this thing. And did I say 3-1? Sorry, boys. It's 2-1. But it's about to be 3-1. Ruiz. Oh, my God. Okay. You know what, man? Do we even need to play a second leg? I mean, I prefer not to with this 3-1 lead right here. Wow. The hat-trick hero. That is what you love to see from your boy Ruiz. Oh, good God. What a game he's having in this one. You guys know, the second to last episode, we can't make this the way we go out in the Champions League. And the hat-trick just solidifies the career that I've had. If people were doubting me at this point, I mean, hell, I can't see anyone betting against me. With the career I've had, there's no way I'm letting it all go to waste in my final season. A 3-1 win. Yes, that's right. 3-1 in the first Champions League semi-final match. Hat-trick hero. 1 game left between us and the Champions League final. The final few training sessions of my career are ticking down. The last moments I'll spend with some of my best friends, my teammates, the likes of some of the best footballers in the world, and my manager, Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's all starting to sink in. A full day of training, and I find myself every day not wanting to leave. Getting dressed after training, showering up, putting on my clothes, ready to go back home. And I just can't do it. When you put your whole life into a sport like I have, it's hard to say goodbye. And these next few weeks are going to be some of the toughest weeks of my life. Having to let go of the game I love. Play my final Champions League games, Premier League games, score my final goals. At this point, I never know when the last goal I score will actually be the last goal that I ever score. It's sad, man. It's honestly so sad. At the old age that I'm at, it's time. And although it hurts, although I want to stay with every bone in my body, I know this is it. And I know it's time for me to go. So let's go out with a bang. We continue. We are back at home, back to Leeds, and this is leg 2. Barcelona leading Arsenal. So it's looking like the winner of this could be playing Barcelona unless Arsenal has something to say in that next leg. Here we go. Into it, boys. Leeds United, we have this huge lead, 3-1 on aggregate. We are winning. I don't see them stopping us, but you never know. Dortmund, a phenomenal team, and our defense has been inconsistent all season long, so anything can happen. The stakes are raised. This is it. One of the final games of my career. Like I said, in that last cutscene, you never know when the game we're playing could be the final game of our career. You never know when the goal we score could be the last goal we ever score in our career. So we got to make the most of it. Halftime, 3-1. We're chilling. At this point, we don't need to do anything. We don't need to score. We can even afford to concede a goal or two because we're chilling with that 3-1 lead, 3 away goals. And boys, don't you worry because we would have absolutely no problem at all finding the back of the net. 4-1 Leeds United. Goal from Rafael Ruis. That puts us up 4-1. I mean, 4-1 on aggregates with the amount of time remaining. 20 minutes. Is it even possible for our opponent, for Dortmund to get back into this game? I don't think it is. Ruiz down the wing. No way it's 5-1. No way we're making it 5-1. Cross in the middle. Jadon Sancho. Yes, it is. It's 5-1, and this thing is all but over. We are just rubbing it in at this point. In the final season of my career, it's looking like we're moving on to the Champions League final. 5 goals? Was that not too much for you guys? You know what? Let's just add another in there. Sancho in. Hudson-Odoi makes it 6-1. And there it is, boys. Leeds United on their way to the Champions League final. We've done it. In the next episode, the final episode of the series, we will be competing for a Champions League final to bring Leeds United back to glory and complete this rebuild. Boys, this is it. We've done it, and next episode will be the last. Wow, can you believe it? Starting this series back in September, and we've made it to this point. It's a nice early morning in Leeds as I get up early to prepare for the final Premier League game of my career, up before anyone else. Rise and grind, as they say. It's time to do just that and bring home our first of hopefully 2 trophies of the season. Working as hard as possible my entire career, it's amounted to this: 2 games, 2 trophies to win, Champions League, Premier League. One this episode, hopefully, and then one next episode, the final episode. Ruiz is sinking in. This is it. There is a week left in my career. 1 week separates myself and retirement. Myself and never playing football ever again. It hurts to say. It truly does. But we have to go out in glory. So let's do it. And the first trophy's already secured. The next game against Manchester United, we've locked down the top spot. So all we have to do is put on a show and raise the trophy. I'm trying my best to act like this is just any ordinary game, but it's not. The cameras are flashing. The spotlight is on myself. The final Premier League game of the career of one of the greatest players to ever play. People at this point are comparing me to Messi, Ronaldo, Maradona, Pele, some of the greats of the game. I'm truly up there as one of the best of all time. Picture this right here, boys. I know this might not make sense to a lot of you who are watching, but imagine the final game of Ronaldo's career, Messi's career. Imagine how emotional that would be. That's what we're experiencing right here with what we've accomplished. We are truly amongst the greats. So we can't go out in misery, especially in this one. Even though we've already won the Premier League, we can't lose. And we're losing to Man United. It's 1-0. It's a terrible goal to concede. It's a turnover, and it's a goal for United. Like I mentioned, we need to go out big. Even in a game like this, where even if we lose this, we're raising the trophy. Could you imagine, though, how lame that would be? How boring, terrible if we actually lose a game and then lift the trophy after? We're not letting that happen. That would be it, though, for the first half. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is actually going to happen because right now we're not playing great football. I think we're already looking ahead to that Champions League game, which is something you should never do, honestly. Something you should 100% never do in your life. Look forward to the next actual game. It's what we're doing right here. Oh, boy. Here we go. Back at it. It's time to at least get one goal back. And if we're not going to win it, we're going to walk away with at least one freaking point. Let's go, Ruiz. Putting it in the back of the net. All right, you know what? That might be a little bit more satisfying if we could at least draw this game and then raise the trophy. We just can't freaking lose. Right here, ball in the middle. Ruiz, a little turn right there. Finesse shot. I mean, that's just too easy of a goal in front of nets. Yeah, we're chilling. What a goal from the man himself, Rafael Ruis. Boys, it would immediately start to go back downhill after that. A goal from Rashford, 2-1. But, you know what? We're not going to let this thing get out of hand too quickly. 2-2 just like that. And we're not settling for a draw. I know I said a draw would work, but no, man. For the greatest player, one of the greatest players that ever lived, we're going big. 3-2, goal put in. And that would be all we would need to complete the comeback in the final game, the final Premier League game of the career of one of the greats, Rafael Ruis. And take a bow, son, and lift this thing high. What hopes to be the second to last trophy of our career, and the first in a long time for Leeds United. Raise this thing high, Ruiz.
I can only say that it feels right, it feels right, it feels right, yeah. I can only say that it feels right.
Can you believe it? One game left in my career, and look who we're playing. Barcelona, my former club. The club that holds Felix, and my brother. And speaking of my brother, there he was, showing up out of the blue, days before the final. He was told at the beginning of this episode that he'd never be able to play football again in his life. But he came to tell me otherwise. The doctors called it a miracle, but he's fit and ready to go. And in this next episode, the final episode of my career, for the first and last time ever, I'll be facing off against my brother in the Champions League final against Barcelona, facing off against my best friend for my entire career, Joao Felix. We started together, we're ending together on this pitch. One winner, one final episode. This is it, the My Player. It all culminates in the next episode. It's gonna be the last, and you won't want to miss it. Boys, we'll see you then.